10 totally immersive psychological novels you need to read. Sometimes you really want to delve into the minds of the people around you, and interpret their most irrational or unconventional behavior, thoughts, and general attitude towards life. When it comes to literature, there are plenty of psychological novels out there to help you immerse yourself in the inner world and mentality of the most eccentric characters. A Strangeness in My Mind. The main character of the novel, Mevlut, earns his living by selling traditional Turkish beverages in the streets of Istanbul. The author describes him as a bit of a weirdo, yet with a heart of gold. Throughout the years, Mevlut witnesses the various transformations of the city, people and Turkey in general. All the time, Mevlut wonders what the source of his strangeness is and what makes him different from others. This novel is one of the most widely read and amazing works of Nobel Prize laureate, Orhan Pamuk. The One Good Thing. The story here revolves around a good and generous man, Nathan Steen, who always tries to carry out several acts of kindness every day. Before leaving the house every morning, Nathan puts 6 small stones in his pocket and uses those stones to remind him to follow the golden rule, moving a stone from one pocket to the other with each act of kindness. The novel is truly a harrowing story full of sorrow, kindness, beauty and inspiration at the same time. The Ground Beneath Her Feet. This novel describes the love of 2 young people, Ormus and Veena, who were born in Bombay and share enormous musical talents and skills. Eventually, they move from India to the USA where they become famous rock stars. One day, the earth swallows Veena, and the young man turns into the mythical Orpheus trying to find his Eurydice in every woman. It's an incredible book with a vast number of cultural and religious allusions and some elements of mysticism. Boy A. This is a heart-rending, emotionally packed novel about a young man who has spent most of his life in juvenile institutions for a terrible crime that he committed in his childhood. However, the past continues to haunt his mind. Even after his release from prison, he struggles to forget it, start from scratch, be a part of the modern society and have the future he craves so vigorously. On the whole, the novel raises urgent issues around morality, society, family, the media and friendship. I'm Not Scared. The novel is about scared and lonely 9-year-old Michel Amatrano, for whom the world has shrunk down to the size of one thin dime. He doesn't fully comprehend the severity of the situation and walks on the razor's edge without being aware of it. However, he believes that there must be strong and grown-up people out there who will be willing to lend a helping hand to him. The book is about how to overcome our fears and anxieties and how we should all perform little acts of kindness regardless of age. The Collector. The Collector is Fowles' debut novel, which has been hailed as world's first psychological thriller. At first, the book seems to be an ordinary thriller with a predictable plot, but once you get the grasp of the novel, you face a multi-layered story with hundreds of subtexts and well-drawn characters. The Innocent. The story is set in Berlin during the Cold War, near the border of the western and eastern sectors. The innocent of the title is a young Englishman, Leonard Marham, who is sent to Berlin to work on plan of digging under the Berlin Wall to tap Russian phone lines. With a wonderful ease of writing and wit, the author describes the life, hardships and emotional state of people in post-war Berlin. It's a detective story, a psychological thriller, and a historical drama at the same time, but above all, it's a story about true love. Life expectancy. Imagine that something terrible is going to happen to you, but you don't even know from where to expect danger. On the night of Jimmy Talk's birth, his dying grandfather predicts that Jimmy will experience 5 horrible days. It's a poignant story about love, courage and family relationships. Koontz depicts the absurdity, mystery, hope and sadness of real life. It's an amazing, gripping story. The Art of Hearing Heartbeats. Julia's father mysteriously and inexplicably disappears, leaving her mom and 2 children behind. Mr. Wynne is a successful lawyer and loving dad, but nobody is aware of his past. Julia is at a loss and decides to travel to Burma, her father's homeland, in search of answers. There, she uncovers a sublime world of true love, compassion, happiness and great values.